friends. Welcome to the very first episode of the Procrastination Solution podcast. I am your host, Nilo Burke, and I am beyond excited to have you here with me. This is a podcast dedicated to helping high-achieving women overcome procrastination for good and step into a life of purpose, productivity, and fulfillment. Let me ask you something. Have you ever stopped to consider what procrastination is really costing you? Not just in terms of time, but financially, emotionally, and even in your relationships. I packed this first episode with loads of value so you can apply the lessons I'm about to share with you immediately to your life. Over time, I'll share more about myself and my coaching practice, but today you are here to learn something valuable, and that's what you'll get with every single episode I've got planned for you. Are you ready? Let's keep going. Back to procrastination and how it's costing you. Here's a staggering fact to think about. A study published in Psychological Bulletin in 2013 revealed that procrastination affects approximately 20% of adults chronically. Research from the University of Calgary shows that procrastination can lead to lost income, poorer job performance, and reduced opportunities, costing the average person over $10,000 in lost productivity annually. On an emotional level, procrastination increases stress levels and lowers overall life satisfaction. And that's just the start. What about the dreams delayed, the opportunities missed, and the emotional toll of constantly feeling like you're falling behind? I know firsthand how expensive procrastination can be, literally and figuratively. For years, I procrastinated on starting a business, on starting this podcast, actually. Fear and self-doubt held me back each and every day. And each day I delayed, I felt that weight grow heavier and heavier. But I'm here now to show you that it's never too late to change. All of that stops here, and that stops today. Now let's briefly start by breaking down the hidden costs of procrastination. These aren't always obvious, but they impact every area of our lives. First, let's talk about financial costs. Whether it's delaying asking for a promotion, waiting to invest in a business idea, or failing to follow through on professional goals, procrastination can be a silent wealth drain. Then there are the emotional costs. Procrastination often leads to guilt, shame, and heightened anxiety. According to research from Carleton University, procrastination is directly linked to increased levels of stress and decreased overall well-being. Have you ever felt that sinking pit in your stomach when a deadline looms and you know you've waited too long? I certainly have, trust me. That emotional weight can be paralyzing, and it only gets heavier over time. The longer you wait, the worse it feels. And don't forget about time. Time is the one resource we can't get back. Studies show that people spend an average of 55 days per year procrastinating. That's nearly 2 months of lost opportunities. Imagine what you could accomplish with just a fraction of that time redirected to your goals. Lastly, procrastination can strain your relationships. Constantly delaying commitments, whether it's scheduling a coffee date or failing to complete tasks for loved ones, it can erode trust with our loved ones. I've seen this firsthand in my life, where procrastination led to missed connections and unnecessary conflicts. So, why do we procrastinate? Here's the truth. Procrastination isn't about laziness or lack of willpower. It's often a response to deeper psychological factors. One big reason is fear. Fear of failure, fear of success, or fear of judgment. These fears keep us stuck. These fears keep us stuck in place and keep us from making any progress toward any goal. And as a side note, what I have learned from personal experience is when fear keeps me stuck with one goal, progress on all of my other goals seem to come to a screeching halt. The thought that plays in my head over and over again is, what's the point? and a feeling of dread fills me until I take the smallest action and move forward on any of my plans, no matter how small. Anything on my to-do list. If I start working on anything, it helps me move forward in an incredible way. And I'm always reminded that progress is the best motivator. We'll talk more about that later. Now, here's a fact to keep in mind if you like to look up statistics like I do. A 2010 study published in Psychological Science found that individuals who equate their self-worth with their performance are more likely to procrastinate to avoid potential failure. That's where the fear of failure is really born. We could spend hours just talking about the fear of failure. But what I mean to say here is when you let any kind of fear in, it tends to affect every area of your life, every goal you may have set for yourself. It has an ability to taint everything, like, I don't know, leaving a red sock and a load of whites in the washing machine, right? It will ruin your clothes. Luckily, there is a remedy for fear, and we'll learn more about this in upcoming episodes. Now, another factor is overwhelm. When a task feels too big or complex, it's tempting to avoid it altogether. I know this from personal experience. Neuroscience research shows that our brains are wired to prioritize immediate rewards over long-term gains. Okay, let me read that again. Our brains are wired to prioritize immediate rewards over long-term gains, which is why starting a daunting task feels so hard. And then there's decision fatigue. The average person makes 35,000 decisions daily. By the time you get to that big task you've been avoiding, your brain is simply too tired to tackle it effectively, right? We make so many decisions on a daily basis, and a lot of our decisions are automated. We don't have to decide on purpose to get up and brush our teeth or wash our face or put on our shoes. All of these little decisions we make throughout the day, they wear us out, right? We get tired. But if we leave something really big until the end of the day to accomplish, chances are we're not getting it done because we're simply too tired. Now, the good news is procrastination isn't a permanent part of who you are. It's a habit. That's it. And like any other habit, it can be changed with the right strategies. Let's talk about solutions here. How do you stop paying the high cost of procrastination? It starts with small intentional steps. Okay? Now stay with me. First, focus on awareness. Research by Dr. Timothy Cycle, I think, Pychyl, a leading expert on procrastination, shows that self-awareness is key to breaking the procrastination cycle. Now, becoming aware is key. Take a moment to reflect. What is procrastination costing you right now? Is it holding you back from earning more, from achieving a personal goal? What goal is it keeping you back from? Right? You can simply write it down. We're not guilt tripping you here. There's no guilt involved. Think about your relationships, right? Is it keeping you from being fully present in your relationships? You can simply write this down. Awareness is the first step to making a change. Okay, next, take small steps. Break down that overwhelming task into bite-sized pieces. A study from Stanford University found that starting with just 5 minutes of focused effort can drastically increase your chances of completing a task. Instead of saying, I need to write an entire report, or for students, I need to write a paper, a 10-page paper, 5-page paper. Just say, I'll spend 15 minutes outlining my ideas. I'll spend 20 minutes writing down a simple draft. I'm not going to worry about the grammar, right? And that applies to anything really. That even applies to emails that you and I dread writing sometimes. Writing down a draft of it, not worrying about the grammar, getting your ideas down, and then going back to fix it. It's such, it makes such a difference because then we're able to tackle that. It's no longer this daunting task, right? So starting small really builds momentum. In college, we dreaded papers because we procrastinated on them, not because they were actually hard to do, right? Finally, shift your mindset. Procrastination isn't a character flaw. I need you to say that to yourself over and over again until you believe it. You are not a procrastinator. Don't call yourself a procrastinator moving forward. And procrastination does not mean you are lazy, right? It is not a character flaw. It's an opportunity for you to learn. It's like a signal, right? If you're procrastinating on something, imagine a light going off, like a red light going off. It signals, it's telling you there is something else that needs your attention, right? The next time you catch yourself delaying anything, ask yourself, what am I afraid of? Why am I not doing this thing that's in front of me? What's one small action I can take right now to move towards it? Now, I want to talk about a challenge we're doing currently in March with my Instagram and my Facebook group, and it's called the Stop Buffering Challenge. What we're doing is we're taking each day to learn about what buffering is, and then that ultimately leads us to stop procrastinating, right? And if you are on Instagram, if you're on social media, I would love for you to come and join us on this challenge. By the time this episode comes out, we will be on week 3 of the challenge, but all of the days are posted. You are welcome to go back and follow along from the very beginning. The challenge really can take place any time of the year. It does not have to be March. And if you are on Instagram, please look me up at Nilo Burke Coaching. That's NILOBURKE Coaching. And you should see all of the challenge posts on my feed. Now, I want to end with a final tip here. Okay? Celebrate your progress. Why? Because studies from Harvard Business Review show that celebrating small wins boosts motivation and helps you stay on track. Progress is the best motivator, no matter how small. And when you celebrate small progress that you are making at home, at work, in any area really, it really is the best motivator. That is what is moving you forward in order for you to continue to take action. Okay? Now, let me do a quick recap. Today, we talked about the real cost of procrastination, financially, emotionally, and in the relationships and opportunities that we hold dear. We explored why procrastination happens and, most importantly, how to take the first steps to overcome it. If this episode resonated with you, I would love to invite you to take action today. Write down one area in your life where procrastination is costing you the most. Then commit to one small step you'll take this week in order to move forward. Thank you so much for tuning in to this very first episode. I am so excited and just super excited to bring this content to you, and I cannot wait to continue this journey with you. Until next time, take care and keep moving forward, one small step at a time.